I'm in Salad and I saw Pokémon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolutions. This is directed by Kunihiko Yuyama, and this is basically a remake of the first Pokémon movie, but with 3D graphics. So if you haven't seen this, I will spoil it for you. This review is sponsored by my Linktree. You can check that out after the review. You can check out my fans link. Dab. I mentioned it's the first Pokémon movie, and while I was watching this, I was looking for what differences there are between the two, because the plot is basically, if you haven't seen the first Pokémon movie or this movie, we have Mewtwo is created by humans. Mewtwo kind of gets is like doesn't know his purpose, and so is like acting out, is like trying to like deal with the fact that he doesn't know his purpose. He breaks out of his lab, MDKs a bunch of people, gets picked up by Team Rocket. Team Rocket takes advantage of this Pokemon. Mewtwo's like, oh, you're taking advantage of me. Humanity sucks. And then, you know what he does? He destroys the base, and then he invites a bunch of people to an island, the strongest Pokemon trainers. So they go to this island. There's a storm. Only the strongest could go to this island, So the one's the most resilient. Now they're at this island. They meet a beautiful princess, and then we have Mewtwo has clones of the three main starter Pokemon, okay? I have an opinion about this real quick. So I really like the little designs of the clone starter, the third evolution starters, Charizard, Venusaur, and also Blastoise. Blasting with water. I don't know why I did that, I just thought it'd be fun. But anyway, I like their designs, like little face scars or whatever the heck. But these are supposed to be clones, so it's like, what happened in this process? How did you get these? Are these just somebody else's clones of somebody else's Pokemon? Where'd you get these clones, boy? But what's interesting is now we have all the Pokemon are out. Take the Pokeball, take all of the Pokemon. There's a big struggle with capturing Pikachu, and that was pretty tense. I gotta say that. Before, I'm only mentioning stuff about like the movie now, like what I think about it, because honestly, I felt like the little introductions to the characters up to like where we're at the palace, I just felt like the delivery was a little flat, stiff kind of. The animation also kind of felt a little stiff, so that I was just like, okay, this is the introduction. I just feel like this is a worse Pokemon movie than the first Pokemon movie. I also think that now at this point, we're introducing Mewtwo. Mewtwo's like trying to find out who he is. Mew comes along to help save Ash, and they have a big old battle, big clash. There's a big clash, we're all clashing, okay. Hilarious scene of all the Pokemon collapsing onto each other. I don't think it looks well animated. Like, it doesn't feel any weight. I don't feel a weight to like these Pokemon collapsing. Like, there is some weight to like the Pokemon movements and such. Like Venusaur is pretty cool, I gotta be honest, but when Venusaur did a little then went back down, I thought that was really weird. I was not a big fan of that. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And also these bugs out here are weird. I don't like bugs at all. I don't do bug Pokemon type either, because I hate bugs. Bugs are bad. Anyway, I also really like how Venusaur and the other starters and their clones, and also the other clones of the Pokemons and such like that, all of them Pokemons just collapse. And then Pikachu also gets a clone, and Pikachu, interesting enough, doesn't want to fight. And also Meowth's clone just doesn't want to fight him. They're just chilling. They're just chill dudes. Get away from me, bug. When Mew and Mewtwo have a big old and Ash gets caught in the middle of it, and there's bugs on me still. I hate how Ash's stone, I don't like that animation. Well, when I say animation, I don't like that asset. It was just Ash. I don't like the little look. I don't like the look of the entire movie. I'm not a big fan of this art style, to be honest. It's just leave it alone. Leave the Pokemon movie first one alone. You don't need to make a new one. Who is this supposed to appeal to, children? No, look at the anime that you drew. Look at it real good. Look at it. It looks awesome back then. Y'all did the best you could during the time that you did it. You don't need to make another one. This isn't a product of whatever spirit that Pokemon was during that time. This is like a corporate spirit. I feel it feels corporatized. It feels like a corporatized first Pokemon movie is what it feels like to me. And also, we're at the pivotal moment, the most emotional scene, and we see the Pokemon crying, and it's like, oh, these Pokemon are crying. And then I'm like, oh wait, it looks weird. It gets me out of the emotions. It separates me from the emotions, and then even separates me even further from the emotions, as now all of their tears are being sucked in. It's Pokemon. Who cares how it works? I don't really remember the first movie very well, to be honest, when it comes to that particular scene and how Ash got better. But it was like Pikachu crying on Ash, and then like the everyone's crying, and it just hits more. The emotions hit different. It hits much more in the original Pokemon movie versus this one just feels butchered. And so I'm just mad by the time that Ash just comes alive yet again, and then Mewtwo is like, oh, well, I see how I did wrong, and then he takes his clones, and all the Pokemon just go off, and they're like, oh, have a happy time. Oh, what is that Pokemon up there? Oh my goodness, we're on a boat. Oh my goodness, there's Pokemon now, and look, Mewtwo's floating. It's like, why? I don't like the animation. The animation took it out for me. It made me feel like, oh, well, I know this is 3D animated, this is animation, this is literally animation, right? I just felt, even though, like, just cause, like, I guess this might be, like, the realistic shading, like, that I just feel that this movie is, like, more real than the first one, if you know what I mean. I just, like, the first one is, like, just cartoons, so I can, like, anything can go. Like, that's just like my brain. It connects cartoons to like the fantasy, whatever, versus like something that's supposed to be more shaded sucks. And when I say more shaded sucks, I mean, if it's not like, if the reality isn't explained as clearly, like, or shown, you know, show the reality, or say it, then I'm just like more likely to disconnect from 3D animations personally. But if it's a really good 3D animation, I feel the emotions will hit harder for me if it's like a better quality 3D animation, like Pixar movies, you know, like I haven't seen the more recent ones, but there's like Pixar movies like Monsters Inc., Monsters University especially, when I first watched it, I really liked it. But like, I feel like the animation helped build upon the emotional support that the writing also does. And it's not like 2D. I feel like it'd be less impactful if it was 2D. So keep it 2D if it creates more impact is basically what I'm saying. Pokemon, please, why did you do this? I think it was a bad decision. I don't like Ash's face. I don't like their faces. I don't like their eyes. I don't like the animation. I mean, I don't mean to be harps on it so much. I mean, it's fine. It looks pretty when it's like still shots and such. The only time that I really didn't like the animation was like during falls and you see them bounce, and then it's like, oh, well, why does this not feel heavier? Why does it just feel like I'm watching a puppet? Boom, boom, boom. Come on, I don't get it. I gotta give this movie a solid, like, oh geez. You know, 5. It's right down in the middle, right in the middle. I don't know how to feel about this movie. I mean, it's a remake. I just wish it was, the original story's great, which is why I'm giving it a high score in the begin with. I just think the animation and just like ruins the quality of the story. for me, so it's a solid 5 for me. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on a channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. You can fast track a movie review at patreon.com/ASEPresents for $20 a month for one movie review per 1 month. $3 a month for how to draw Pokemon tutorials, posted there first on patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness, you go to this link tree to find the method that helps the daily grindiness that works for you. So go to this link tree right here. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons, bacon bits.